In this section, we will learn how the golden age of the global economy was affected by the fixed exchange rate system in the Bretton Woods system. How would the fixed exchange rate system, which minimized currency fluctuations to a plus minus 1%, help create a predictable trading environment, which in turn stimulated the economy? I would like to share a personal story here. In late 2004, I bought shares in the Thai stock market in anticipation that Thaksin, the Prime Minister then, and his party would be re-elected. The stock market, and by extension, the economy, prizes stability above all. So I went in, I bought $10,000 worth of stock, expecting that Thaksin would be re-elected. After the election turned out as expected, Thaksin was returned to power in a landslide. The Thai stock market rallied by 10%, which means that now my stocks were worth $11,000. So I sold it off, congratulated myself on my genius, and bought myself a nice dinner. A week later, my money came back, and I found that I only made $100. So rather than being $1,000 richer, I didn't make as much. So I called up my broker and asked, "Hey Irene, what happened? Why like that?" And her answer was fluctuations. You see, when I bought into the Thai stock market, I converted my Sing dollars to Thai baht to buy the stocks. And when I did so, the exchange rate wasn't in my favor. When I sold my Thai stocks and converted it back to Sing dollars, again, it wasn't in my favor. Thus, fluctuations led to my profit being reduced from 10% to a mere 1%. In fact, I was lucky. The fluctuations could have resulted in a loss. Now, it's not so bad for me because stock trading was more of a hobby than an actual job. Now, imagine if your full-time job was as an entrepreneur producing, say, cute little purple soft toy hippos for sale in Indonesia. If such currency fluctuations between the Sing dollar and the rupiah happened, your profit might be wiped out, and all your hard work coordinating the production of those products would have been for nothing. Now, let's come back to this question. How would a fixed exchange rate, which minimized currency fluctuations to plus minus 1%, help creating a predictable trading environment, which in turn stimulated more production? Now, if I had done my little foray into the Thai stock market in an environment where there was a fixed exchange rate as stated, the maximum currency fluctuations in either direction would have been 1%, thus preserving most of my profit. Now, on the point about why this will stimulate more production. Companies produce when they know that they can make a profit. Thus, the fixed exchange rate system, which is part of the Bretton Woods system, helped bring about the golden age of the global economy from 1945 to 1971. Thus, the key point about the fixed exchange rate system is that it conferred stability to a system which in turn promoted economic growth. Teachers may at this point in time wish to pause the video and move on with the lesson. If there's additional time, the next section contains an anecdote which to share about how the stability affects the stock market and the economy. Now, I have another anecdote to share about the idea of how stability affects the stock market and the economy. In the build-up to the US attack on Iraq in 2003, the Straits Times Index, which is a measure of the Singapore Stock Exchange, was at 1,200 points. Basically, the higher it is, the more prosperous the economy. The whole market was very jittery. They didn't know what was going to happen, at the threat of war. So at that point in time, they didn't know whether the war would break out or not, so there was a lot of uncertainty. The US finally launched its attack on the 20th of March 2003. So guess what happened to the stock market? Did it go up? Did it go down? Or did it go sideways? I will now pause for 5 seconds for you to tell the answer to the person next to you. The market went up to 1,300 points. Why? I was just as puzzled as you then. Later, I read that it was the uncertainty of whether war would break out or not, and not the war itself that depressed the stock exchange and the economy. Thus, I hope that you understand that the stability conferred by the fixed exchange rates as part of the Bretton Woods system was key to the golden age of the global economy. Because for an economy to function properly, it needs certainty above all. This is the end of this section. Thank you.